Ride Radio.
I was born to live, live to ride, ride to live. I was born to ride. American built, we forever unite. And that's the deal. I was born to
This is Boss Hogg Radio, home of Born to Ride Radio.
Born to Ride is sponsored in part by Rubenstein Law, 1-800-FL-LEGAL, representing riders since 1988. Offices throughout Florida, 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
Everyone was right, I was born to ride.
Born to Ride is a multimedia marketing and promotional machine with TV, magazines, streaming radio, and internet advertising opportunities. There are tens of thousands of motorcycles. We reach the people who ride them. Born to Ride. Find out more at borntoride.com.
You can join the motorcycle enthusiast conversation at 863-225-2000. Now, here's more of your hosts, Fester Jenkins and Mama Dukes, on Born to Ride Radio.
Well, welcome to another Thursday edition of Born to Ride Radio on the Boss Hogg Radio Network. I am Fester Jenkins. Mama Dukes isn't in the studio. Ron and Debbie Galletti sound like they're on a parking lot called Interstate 4. Okay.
What do you mean Mama Dukes is right here?
Yeah.
I don't have quite the appearance that she has, but I can try.
You don't have the cups that she's got, and the facial hair is a little heavier there. Okay. Actually, I probably should say a lot heavier.
Yes, you need to say a lot heavier. I don't know. If I keep gaining weight, I might come close to having her cup size.
I did go over to her place last night, and I think she tried poisoning me. That might be why she's not here tonight. Okay. I mean,
she accidentally ate the wrong plate.
Oh, man. But, hey, today, or this evening, I should say, we're going to have the Warriors Crypto calling in. Then we're going to have Dave Nichols, the editor-in-chief of Born to Ride magazine, the media corporation. And a little later, we'll have Valerie Thompson calling in again. She called in last hour.
Yes.
You know, and
she even has Viper hanging around for that one.
Yep.
I mean, he's excited. Why are you so excited, Viper?
I'm excited.
now that's your new screensaver on your phone.
Screensaver.
300-mile-per-hour woman. Yeah,
That is just absolutely amazing. I don't get amazed by a lot of things, but that's amazing.
Yeah, 328.
328 miles per hour.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, is that a record for any human being, or I mean?
I didn't have time to do that much research on it, so I don't know if it's a record overall or if it's just for the women's.
Okay, well, we do have Crypto on the line right now. Let's go ahead and bring him on to it. You know, he was our guest in the studio last week from Warriors Motorcycle Club, and let's go ahead and get him on, and he's going to give us an update, and we've got some news for him too, don't we, DB?
Yes, sir.
Hello, Crypto, are you there?
Hey, yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay, welcome back to Born to Ride Radio. How was your week?
We had a busy week. Yesterday we had to do a funeral out at Bushnell with one of our founding fathers who was killed in a motorcycle accident a couple weeks ago.
That's right. I remember you talking about that. That's one of the reasons that your co-founder member couldn't be in the studio with us last week from that standpoint.
That's correct. Yeah, that's our national president wasn't unable to be with us last week when we were in studio because he was with the family of our brother that was taken from us.
Well, but we do have something cool going on and happening this Saturday. Do you want to tell the listeners about it again, Crypto?
Why, sure. This Saturday we're going to do our homeless vets shoebox Christmas. We are going to be meeting up at the Lakeland Square Mall, which is 3800 North Road 98 in Lakeland. We're going to be in front of the Burlington Coat Factory section, and we are going to group up there at 7:30 with kickstands up at 8:15, and then we're going to proceed on to Gainesville to the Honor Shelter, which is a VA-owned and operated veteran-only homeless shelter. And we're going to deliver our shoebox Christmas gifts to those vets and try to make a Merry Christmas for those guys.
Now,
ladies.
Crypto, DB was really inspired last week, and I'll tell you what, we've had some people call. No one's dropped them in, but they're telling me they're going to. But DB brought in 12 packages, and you're saying by tomorrow there's going to be 26 packages?
Yes. So as of right now, we have 12 packages in the studio as of right now.
So you're going to have to make a run tomorrow after work, Crypto, on your way from Tampa back to Lakeland.
Yes, because there's going to be 14 more delivering tomorrow around 5:20. So I don't know what time you're rolling through, but I'm hoping it's around that time because we actually, while you're here, we want to get the gentleman that's bringing them also wants to get a picture with all three of us together and Fester and everybody in together with all the packages as well.
Okay, so around 5:20, I can do that.
Okay, perfect.
I also have to go over to the American Legion here in Lakeland on Ariana Road in the morning and pick up about 20 boxes that they prepared for.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We got a box. I got a box in the mail on Monday from Rubenstein Law out of Miami, and they sent us a box with 10 envelopes for filling boxes of toiletries for both male and female. So people have come together and really put some stuff forward for us, and we really appreciate it, and we're looking for a good turnout.
Well, and to let the listeners know, maybe they weren't listening last week, what we're actually talking about with these gifts, these boxes that we've put together. Crypto, do you want to kind of explain what the whole purpose of this is for and what we're trying to put in these boxes?
Sure. So the inspiration for me came from when I was actually deployed as a military member. We'd get random boxes from some churches and various charities, and they had things that you just couldn't get when you're overseas and deployed, like toiletries and certain snacks, Twinkies, little Debbie cakes, stuff like that. And it was nice to get those as a Christmas present from somebody who didn't even know you and just thought enough to fill a shoebox for you. So I took that inspiration and came up with this idea. Also, I stole an idea from my church, which they were doing shoebox Christmases for orphans down in Guatemala. And I thought, well, there's nobody taking care of our homeless vets, and there's a veteran-only shelter in Gainesville, so why don't we do something for them? So we decided, as my club came together, we decided this would be our event, and this is our first annual. And so what we want to do is just put little things in those boxes that will make these guys' lives easier. Toiletries, books that you might think they might be interested in, socks, T-shirts, whatever you can fit in that shoebox. Your imagination is your limit. You can put in, Twinkies, Snickers, toothbrush, toothpaste. If it fits in the shoebox and, it's something that you think would be useful, they probably would appreciate it.
And I know, DB, you were talking about it the other day. You'd gone to Habitat for Humanity.
Yes.
And went in there, and they had a bookshelf, and you just grabbed a bunch of books, and you picked up what looked like practically brand new books.
Hardback, brand new books that doesn't even look like they've been cracked open.
And
wow.
Yes. So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. No.
No. So yeah, I'd really got excited about this. I know even my kids got excited. They were like, well, we can go get this. We can go get this. Well, they got to have this too. And we got to throw, well, don't you like oatmeal cookies, don't you? With the big ones, with the cream filling, we got to get those for them. And they got all into it. They loved it.
Pies and all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Hey, each one's got moon pies in there too. You can't go wrong with a moon pie.
That's right. That's a Southern staple right there.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, so any idea on just about how many riders you think might be showing up?
I don't have an idea on that. We wish we had a little bit better number on that. I know for a fact we're going to be running about 30 with the chat with our club and some of our members that are coming in from out of the area.
Okay.
But I don't have any idea of how many are coming from the general public.
Okay. And this is a call out to the people that are listening this evening. If you ride motorcycles and you might want to ride in a group Saturday morning, and go on a great bike ride, this is open to non-members to join in for this great benefit here. There, absolutely.
It's open to all riders, all clubs, all riders, all riding groups, all riding associations. Anybody who's on a motorcycle that wants to fill a shoebox and take care of some vets in Gainesville is more than welcome to ride with us.
Okay, well, welcome to the program here, Debbie. Okay, traffic was horrible, I suppose, then, right?
I think all the snowbirds are back. Florida's open. Everyone's ready to potty, and they're all on I-4.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Sorry about that.
Not a problem.
You guys handle it like a boss, like a boss hog.
Now, Crypto, I have one question for you real quick before we get to Ron. I don't have a motorcycle, and unfortunately I have to work this weekend, so I can't go. But if I had to, what do you call it, the rolling cage? If I have a rolling cage, people who have rolling cages can still join. Yeah, we can still join in, right? We're just at the end of the line.
They can. They'll just be at the very back of the line. In fact, we're going to actually have a couple of our own vehicles that are rolling with us. One's going to be a truck that's filled with our boxes, and one of the family members who has some issues that can't ride. And then we'll probably have a couple of other vehicles riding with us. So anybody that wants to ride and follow, just be prepared to follow in behind us and keep up. And everybody's welcome.
I think we'll have the Born to Ride van as well, man.
Right.
So we're going to be we're going to have some signage going down the road too. They're going to know who we are.
Crypto, we just walked in the studio. You should see all the gifts here, all the boxes ready to go. They've been hustling.
They have. That's what I heard. Yep. So, hey, I also made contact with the crew up in Crystal River. They said they're also going to show up at scene and do some filming as well.
That's right. John and Heather will be there.
John and Heather, yep.
I'm telling you what you guys have done has been great, and we're honored to be a part of what you're doing, man. And, people out there, listen, get involved in this. We're helping the veterans at Christmas time, the holidays. There's nothing more we can do than give other people value and give back at such a great time when veterans have put their lives on the line and their bodies, their soul, their blood, sweat, and tears for our country. And that's what we have to do now is show them that we care. So this Saturday, if you guys can make it, set a date, be out there, support the Warriors, and what a great cause they're doing. We want to honor what you guys are doing, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for stepping up and participating like you guys are. You're just helping us to make this first event one of the biggest that we've ever tried to take on. And like I said, this is our first annual, so we're going to learn from our mistakes on this one, and hopefully the next year will be better, and we'll just keep on improving as we go.
We're excited with Boss Hogg Radio here with us, Fester and the crew. They're on it 100% as well. And, that's our duty, to support the troops and to follow the greatness that you've accomplished to the idea to do this. So we're just happy to be a part of it, man. And we want to thank Rubenstein Law, representing bikers since 1988. So they're on board. As soon as we asked them, they said, what can we do?
Oh, yeah, they sent us a box. I was telling Fester that. They sent us a box already, and we'll be taking that up there with us as well. Their box is filled with 10 envelopes, 10 male, 10 female, with toiletry items that they can use. So we're bringing that up. And that was just amazing that they just, come out like that and said, hey, this is what we're going to do for you. And we just really appreciate that.
It took one call and they were right there. So I'm telling you what, we have a good team and we'll just grow on this. What's up, Fester?
Mama Dukes couldn't be here this evening, Crypto, but she just texted me and wanted me to make sure for maybe people from Tampa that maybe can't go, didn't want to go to Lakeland. There is going to be a stop point. Do you want to tell them about that meeting place over there in Lake Pan?
Oh, yes. We're going to be meeting at the in Lake Panasoffkee at that exit there. I forget the exit number. I don't have it written down in front of me. I apologize.
There's a truck stop there.
It is a truck stop, and we will be meeting there. I think it's a T&A truck stop. My road captain, Swanee, he handles all the ride planning. I just, kind of try to be the brains of the outfit and say, hey, this is what we're going to do, and he does the route, and that's how that works.
Okay, but it's right off of the Lake Pan exit, folks, off of 75. Do you know about what time they would need to meet up with us there?
We're leaving Lakeland at 8:15, so we should be there probably within 45 to 60 minutes.
So they need to be there about 8:45, 9 o'clock the latest, be ready to roll.
Right, be ready to roll because we're going to roll in, roll through, grab the group, and then head back on to 75 because we want to be in Gainesville between 11 and 11:30. The Nashville recording artists, Southbound 75, will be set up doing an acoustic set there. We're going to be meeting John and Heather there. So, we want to try and get into Gainesville between 11 and 11:30.
Okay. Awesome. All right, brother. We'll see you Saturday.
All right. Sounds great. Looking forward to it. And once again, thank you guys for all your help.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our honor.
Absolutely. Yep.
Thank you to all our veterans.
I'll see you, Fester, on Friday at 5:20 to pick up the boxes.
Tomorrow afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thanks,
All right.
Crypto. Okay. And we've got Dave Nichols on the line. Dave, are you there?
I am here. Hey, everybody. How you doing today?
All right.
How you been? It's been a couple weeks since we spoke. How was Thanksgiving for you?
It was fantastic. I got to be with the family, and all is well here in beautiful Oregon.
And you got to see the mag online, or you got to see the electronic version, so to speak, of the magazine?
Yeah. And I was wondering, when are we allowed to say who's on the cover? Is that still top secret?
No, it's the cat's out of the bag, man.
We're already selling. The celebration has begun.
Yeah, Bobby Ramey, man.
Happy birthday, Bobby Ramey.
Mm-hmm.
Cruising, grinding gears for 65 years.
Big surprise for him, huh? Because we did this whole thing without his knowledge, and I think it came out just great. So I hope he loves it.
Yeah, we haven't heard from him. Actually, he had COVID and was in the hospital, and he's out now. So the family's got him, and everything's looking good for him, and he's on his recovery.
Yep.
But he's still grinding gears.
That's right.
Still grinding gears. Well, cool. We have the honor today of being joined by Valerie Thompson, the Queen of Speed, everybody. She is the world's fastest female motorcycle streamliner racer, and she's hit an incredible 328 miles an hour on the Bub 7 Streamliner motorcycle.
Wow.
Amazing. 8-time speed record holder.
And you just interviewed her.
Yeah. We're going to have a great article about her in Born to Ride in the magazine. But she's actually going to be on the air with us here.
Well, Dave,
shortly.
She's on
actually, as you are speaking of the Queen of Speed, let me bring her on to the conversation here. Valerie, are you there?
I am.
Okay, welcome to Born to Ride Radio.
Hey, Val.
Hey, Valerie.
Thank you. Hello.
Wow, this is exciting.
Absolutely.
The Queen of Speed. Those are
yes.
And Dave, those are some numbers, and not to just jump right out on the speed and the numbers, but those are some numbers that I don't think I've ever heard on many vehicles that don't take off the ground accomplish.
Yeah, it's true. This is a streamliner. This is a two-wheeled It's a motorcycle, but it's a long motorcycle, and she is inside of almost like it looks like an airplane without wings is what it looks like. And
Very
she
close.
not
That's what
only
I
holds
feel
the
like.
record, but Valerie is an inductee in the Sturgis Motorcycle Hall of Fame.
Awesome.
She's a member of many 200-mile-an-hour clubs and one 300-mile-an-hour club. And she is known as Australia's fastest female motorcycle land speed racer.
Wow.
So she is a force of nature. And Valerie, we're glad you're on the air with us.
Thank you.
And
That must be Dave.
that's Dave.
Right.
You've got Fester Jenkins in the studio, DB, who's in awe of you because he can't even do 20 miles an hour on a bicycle. Okay.
No, I can't.
And Ron and Debbie Galletti from Born to Ride.
I hit some high speed one time in the car line at the pickup line at school. Valerie, to start, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Tacoma, Washington all my life, and recently in 2004, I moved to Scottsdale, Arizona, all because I wanted to ride my motorcycle full time, and that's where my speed created me. That's where my speed of Queen started happening, I guess you call it.
I read also that your speed came as a street rider, and you were told numerous times by friends and maybe law enforcement, who knows, take it to the track, girl, take it to the track. Is that
Absolutely.
That's how that all started?
Absolutely. It really did. You know, sometimes you just have to listen to people and take their words of advice. And, you know, even though it doesn't feel right at the time, it just felt, okay, well, I know I'm out of control, but everybody else is out of control. So why should just me go to the track? So we took some friends and we all went to the racetrack, and I really never left. So here I am.
And you've been competing all this time across the world.
Yes, I have been, just a little background, on my startup of my racing. I don't have anybody that's a family member involved in motorsports, racing, car racing. I started late in my year, 30s, and, it just kind of started that way. So the passion for group riding in Washington really just grew, and kind of found my little need for speed, and it kind of caught up to me.
Really? So, I mean, you never had a grandfather or a dad that had motorcycles to influence any of that? It just...
No.
Wow.
My grandma called it a murder cycle.
A murder
I
cycle.
didn't appreciate that.
Well,
she's very
just
old
to
school,
put things
so
into
I
perspective,
give her that, and
let's
that's
go
okay,
around the
but-
room, and how fast have those of us on the air? How fast have you ever been on a motorcycle?
I've gone about 120, but that's about it on a bridge. But it was pretty scary at 120.
I was going to say about 118, 120 miles per hour, and that's about as fast as that's not very comfortable.
Yeah, that was kind of reckless speed.
And
Debbie?
Well, my kids call me Karen.
Okay.
I am a Karen. I don't have any guts. I don't have any, you know what. And I got passed by an RV camper on Blood Mountain one time in Georgia on my bike. So
A big RV.
It was a big
It was
RV.
pulling a trailer.
It was an Airstream. It was an Airstream coming down the mountain, and it passed me. I'm not.
That's okay.
So I'll pass. DV?
Oh, wow. We would have to take it to me. Well, I've been about 115 in a car. I don't ride motorcycles because the first motorcycle I rode was a dirt bike, and I wrecked it about 15 minutes in, and I said, this is not for me because I'm too stupid to ride one. I'm just too stupid to ride one. It's not going to work.
How
Well,
about
can
you,
I
Dave?
share a little I got to share
The-
a little inside scoop.
The
of
fastest
how
I went,
started
think
riding
was
on a moped.
160.
I was
on a
Hey,
1,000
hey,
on
guys!
Ninja.
Both of y'all are talking. We can't hear either one of you, Dave and Miss Thompson. You're both talking.
Oh wait.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
Dave, what were you saying?
The fastest I ever have gone on a motorcycle was 160 miles an hour, and the wind becomes like a solid wall. It is just the weirdest freaking thing. One little mistake and you're done for. You know what I mean?
Where was that, Dave? What were you riding?
That was a Ninja, a 1000R Ninja.
And where?
I hate to say it, but I was on the freeway.
Yeah.
Down in Southern California.
Wow.
And so the thing is, it made me want to ask Valerie, and she answers this in our article that will be in Born to Ride. What does it feel like to go almost 400 miles an hour? And she has a great piece in the magazine that she reveals what that's like. But Valerie, I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about that, because, kind of walk us through what it's like on race day for you.
Yes, absolutely. We're all present in the moment. We all know we have a really big task at hand. Right before I get into the vehicle, I surround myself with lots of great music. I keep myself nice and calm. I try to keep my heart rate as still as can be, with some really good deep breaths. And when, I get up to the streamliner, I say a prayer to myself, and we're all high-fiving, we're all excited. I get in. When I'm being strapped into the motorcycle, there's really no room to wiggle. It's literally kind of exhausting. I don't know if anybody's ever felt this, but being strapped in to a custom molded seat, and there's like, you have hands on this side, you have hands on the left side and the right side. So they're all pulling and tugging, and I have a 5-prong safety harness that's in there. My arms are strapped down, my legs are strapped down, then my safety harness is all strapped down. My helmet's attached to a Hans device. It gets a little distracting. It gets kind of like you're exhausted. I get a little bit of like, oh my gosh, please just leave me alone. And then, once they stop doing what they do, because it's their job to make sure I'm safe inside, I'm totally strapped tight. And, my thoughts quickly focus on, hey, I got a task. I need to focus. So it goes right into the calming zone, and they close the canopy for the final adjustments. The engine comes to life. I get a big, huge burst of energy. And I'm like, woo, ha! And I just like, I'm like clapping, I'm excited. And then all of a sudden I go into a calm zone. I take control of my hands, touch the controls, and I think, okay, this is the last time I'm ever going to leave them until I slow down, until I stop. I'm never releasing my hands unless if there's a bad moment. When I'm driving, riding and racing, it's loud, bumpy. The adrenaline all kicks in. The bike is like a couple of inches away from the ground, so I'm terribly close to the ground, going very fast. And then when you just go so fast and you're like, yeah, that should be great, that should be mind-blowing, the feeling is sensational, and it's like, okay, can't afford to have this distract me. I have to concentrate. Okay, there's my dog. Sorry about that. But everything happens in slow motion, and I don't look how fast I'm going, because I always say that's the easy part. There's absolutely no room for errors, and everything has to be perfect. And every run that I make down the racetrack, either bad or good, it's all making history. So that's how I feel. And every run is, I'm just appreciative to be in that cockpit, to, show off what my talent is, and I say let my foot do the talking.
What do you see when you're going that fast? Are you looking way ahead? Is it all a blur, or what are you? What are your eyes focused on when you're racing that magnitude?
Well, I don't think I ever breathe, to be honest. I don't think I blink or breathe. I use my peripheral to see where I'm at on the racetrack, because you can quickly lose your what mile marker you're at quickly, and the miles come up very quick. When I was in Australia in 2018, I had an 11-mile course, and that's when I broke the record of 328 miles per hour. But you just never want to lose focus where you're at on the racetrack, ever. And peripheral is the key to my success. What I do look at is the horizon. I mean, I pick a target, and I focus on that target, and I never let go of that target, because that target's going to keep me straight up. Straight up. And I have 25 feet of equipment that I manhandle. And, like when you're on a sit-on bike, you can control your feet with the pedals, going side to side. In the Streamliner, I don't have anything that I can use my body weight to kind of control to go left or right. I have to use two controls to the left and to the right of me to actually steer. So I don't have a joint steering.
What is the time frame from start to finish? Usually,
I haven't qualified that question, that answer yet. But I mean, it is under a minute. I have to say, I believe. Don't quote me on it, but I believe it's under a minute.
So, do you ever daydream while you're doing? I mean, does any wild thoughts come to your mind when you're when you're going down the track in that minute or so zone? Just totally focused.
But the only thing I say is, holy shit, that was a great run. Excuse my language.
No, that's unbelievable. And we're going to find out so much more. We're going to go to a break, so everybody hang on, and we'll be right back with more with the Speed Queen.
You're listening to Born to Ride Radio on the Boss Hogg Radio Network.
Check out the all-new BornToRide.com with radio, TV, industry, adventure, events, magazine, social media, and much more. It's the all-new BornToRide.com.
Hi, I'm attorney Robert Rubenstein, and this is Rubenstein's Rules for Personal Injury. Rule number 1, get an attorney. When you or a loved one have been injured by another's negligence, an experienced attorney can make a huge difference. At Rubenstein Law, we will find all of the insurance, make sure your injuries are documented, and work to get you the best result. While each case is different, a well-known insurance company's own study showed people with a lawyer on average got more money. Call Rubenstein Law at 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
Find us on Facebook, Born to Ride TV and magazine, the ultimate multimedia biker experience.
This is Boss Hogg Radio, home of Born to Ride Radio. You can join the motorcycle enthusiast conversation by calling 863-225-2000.
Welcome back, everyone, to Born to Ride Radio this Thursday evening. And in the studio, we've got DB shaking his head over there, operating, and he's frustrated. Okay, dang it. So that's what it is.
I had one job.
You had one job.
And one finger and one button. And he missed.
Anyhow, DB's in the studio with us this evening. We've got Ron Galletti, Debbie Galletti, and on the phone lines, we've got Dave Nichols and Valerie Thompson. Oh, we lost. It looks like we lost Valerie. Okay, she's back now. Here, hold on here.
No. Oh, I've never heard that one. That one's the angry one.
Yeah, it happens.
Okay.
It happens every once in a while.
Valerie, are you there?
I am.
Okay. And Dave, are
Something
you still
happened.
there?
I lost you.
Yes,
I
I'm
was going
here.
too fast.
Okay. Sorry about that, Valerie.
There's a lot of fat fingers in the studio, Valerie.
Hey.
So what we have tonight is a very inspiring story. Women taking care of business on the racetrack, boys. That's awesome. You know, and if there's women out there listening or you know wanting to get more involved in just learning how to ride a motorcycle, Valerie, what would you tell them?
Well, my advice to the people that the bikers or that wants to do something in their life, whether it be racing, being a banker, being a hair working in the hair salon. You know, as far as racing, you really need talent. You need the desire, the extreme focus. There's a lot of emotional detachments when things get tough. So you got to be ready for all that. Those are all the things that I've kind of had to acquire. The number one key to racing or starting to get in the racing industry is really surrounding yourself with the best people, the right sponsors, having the right and the solid support team. And just remember, with success always comes criticism. So don't forget to bring your confidence.
Awesome.
Right. But I'm talking about someone sitting on the couch right now thinking, oh, I would never ride a motorcycle. But they hear your story and it inspires them to maybe go out and just ride a motorcycle. Not necessarily be a racer.
You're right. I mean,
but just to ride. And that's what your story will do. It'll inspire others to ride. What do you think about that?
Well, I have to say is that what happened to me was I was invited to go to ride on the back of a bike of a friend's bike. And he said, when I got there, I mean, it took a long time to travel to his place. And I got there and he was cleaning it down, wiping it down and making it all nice and pretty. It was like chrome and black and some really pretty colors to it. And he had said to me, he goes, Valerie, your jeans will scratch my fender. And so needless to say, we never went for a ride together. He said, but I can take you down to the dealership and I can help you pick out a motorcycle. And because there's lots of women that are out there riding these days. And I tell you, I didn't feel, I was kind of like shell shocked, number one, but then it quickly turned into like, I can do it. Yeah, sure. I can do this. And then that quickly turned into taking a ride to the Harley Davidson dealership, buying a motorcycle, and then a couple of weeks later I went and picked it up. So, and that sat there in my garage for a few months.
And did you, your first ride, did you ride it with a pair of jeans that had studs all over it and rhinestones?
I don't remember if I did or not. But
I would have.
I don't even think my jeans had studs on them. I think they just had big pocket. You know, they had pockets with the big metal closure on them. So
I'll scratch this bike if I want to.
You know what? It got me thinking. I was like, only if those jeans could talk. I wish I would have saved those jeans because that would be a really big, huge thing in my career.
Exactly.
These are the jeans.
That's an incredible story. Dave, I mean, interviewing Valerie must have been a highlight, right?
Oh, absolutely. You know, here, let me give you a for instance.
Give it to us.
Imagine you are in this streamliner, this two-wheel streamliner. Okay, get this. You know, on a regular motorcycle, you know about when you shift gears, right?
Yeah.
You know, you hear the engine come up, and you know when to shift. Okay, in this thing, in first gear, she's going 199 miles an hour in first gear. In second gear, she's going 255. In third gear, you hit 335, and in fourth gear, you get up to 363. I mean, this is crazy talk, right?
Don't forget about the change.
What kind of motor is that? What kind of power plant are we talking about here?
Well, we have a very custom built motorcycle. We only have two engines in the world. Dennis Manning, John Jans on the Bub 7 Racing Streamliner team, they have built, along with, there's other people that have built this engine, but they've built the mold and, did all the other stuff. But the engine was all man-made, built in a team in Grass Valley, California. And at the time, Dennis Manning has built 7 of the 11 fastest motorcycles in the world. I mean, he's built for Harley Davidson, Norton, you name it, he's built it. But, there are some other fast motorcycles out there, but that are coming up. So I guess we'll just have to see who does the foot pedaling, the fastest foot, right?
What kind of power plant is that, though?
Well, it's right off the top of my head. I don't have that right now, but it's fast. It's 500 horsepower plus.
Are they nitro, gas? What kind of fuel goes in those things?
Gas. We have a little bit of turbo. We run about 7 to 10 pounds of
boost
of turbo in it, and yeah.
So, Dave, we're talking about some high performance with this thing, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And I'll tell you, Valerie never stops. I mean, Valerie, tell everybody what you've got planned for 2021. This is going to blow your mind.
Well, I don't know if you all know that I did crash at 363 miles per hour, because that's why I say when I was in 4th gear, I was at 363. I'd never been any faster than that. That is my top speed of my fastest. I don't have a time slip for it, so I don't say that's really my top speed, but I do say it's my top speed with a crash. I literally crashed the motorcycle at 363 miles per hour, and it was all due to the wind environment. We don't race that motorcycle with more than 3 miles per hour of wind in any direction. And as you go down the racetrack, a little bit mile racetrack-ish, the wind direction changes, and that's what kind of tipped me over a bit. At the time, I think it was around 11 miles per hour of wind. And if you think about our motorcycle, we built it for speed and for safety. And that bike coefficient to drag is, 0.007, 0.003, 003 to 007. And, I mean, it's just like it will never stop if you just push it. It goes straight. But with the crash being being held up, and I can't go out there racing the Streamliner because it does take a couple of years to repair it. And I started racing for Marlowe Treat for the Target 550 Streamliner car. It's a car. I changed from 2 wheels to 4 wheels. And I race now a 43-foot vehicle, Streamliner, that has 2 Dodge Hemi engines, creating about almost 5,000 horsepower.
Ooh,
and the world record that we need to attempt is 415 miles per hour.
Jeez.
Wow.
I think Deb
And
was
you're going
right.
for it.
Deb was
He's
right.
going
An
for it.
airplane with no wings. DK, what do you have, man?
Hey, so I have a question. Now, I said earlier that I crashed a dirt bike at about 30 miles an hour and I gave up. When you crashed at 363, what do you have to do mentally and physically to put yourself back in the seat?
Well, that's a great question, and thank you for asking, because when I started racing in the car, the Streamliner car that has much more horsepower and is much more faster, and it's much more stable, and because it has 4 wheels, I can control it a bit better, but I never, ever thought about my incident in Australia in 2018. I never once crossed my mind about crashing. I never think about crashing. I don't want to think about crashing. But when I get back in that Streamliner Sub 7, I mean, it's going to probably haunt me a bit because I'm probably going to think about it. before I get in it.
Yes.
Way before.
Yes, ma'am.
I won't cross that. My mind, I will not allow my mind to cross and think about a crash because.
Way to
in
go,
drag racing, the
DB.
last thing
Okay. I mean, you know, now we tease DB in the studio all the time that his wife holds his man card for him, and I've got this special button. I've got this special button for DB. Here, listen to this, Valerie.
And it's only played for me, and it's not fair. Other people around here are sissies too. But I just had to ask that question because I know that 30 miles an hour, and I'm not going to bring it up anymore. I don't want to give you any mind games, but I just know 30 miles an hour terrified me. So I couldn't imagine. That's all.
I believe that too, and that can terrify somebody. And you know, it's when you stay focused and you know, it's just like you're in the moment. I put that helmet on, and it's like, you know, when Michael Jordan said, you know, how many minutes and how long does it take you to get into the zone? Well, to get into the zone is quite quickly. You can just adjust your memory and your thoughts and you know, everything. Like, you can just quickly go into that. You're committed once you get into that helmet and your race suit. You're committed. You're not, it's like, are you pregnant or you're not pregnant? You can't ever be halfway pregnant. So you have to be fully committed to doing what you're doing. So you've got to give your all.
Try.
But you know what? I have to tell you is the throttle works both ways. So when in doubt, give it more throttle, but actually be careful.
But, you know, Valerie, it sounds like you have a lot of trust in your, what do you call it, your pit crew, your management crew?
My team. Yes,
your
I
team.
have an amazing team. And, you know, the number one thing is to surround yourself with the most amazing team. And when I started racing for Dennis Manning and John Jans, I tell you, it came with a family. It came with friendship. It came with, I feel so confident with each and every one of them. And I believe that, you know, to be a racer and do what you do is you're very unique in the first place. But, man, when you can combine everybody together, we're all unique. We all live, breathe. We want the world record. And we want to take it away from Rocky Robinson. And I want to be the first one to go 400 miles per hour on a motorcycle. And, you know, I want that. And if I don't achieve that, then, you know, hats off to whoever does. At least I know that myself, the team, and we all put in every sound and every effort into doing what we do. And I just want to bring the record home for Dennis and John and the rest of the team. I do.
What type of track is this? Is this asphalt? Is it salt flats? Or it's got to be smooth roads?
Well, it's a very smooth road when you can, you know, when you can prepare the racetrack. But it is really at the world's fastest race course, and that is at the Bonneville Salt Flats. There's only 3 places in the world where you can set land speed records, and that is in Bonneville, Salt Flats, Utah, Lake Gardner, South Australia, and Bolivia.
Mm.
Wow, that's a great fact that a lot of people probably don't know.
How do you get your machine to these places? By boat? Or?
In Australia, where I crashed at, we transport it by a shipment container. We use their services to, you know, have the shipping sent over to Australia. And there's a lot of paperwork. There's a lot of, you know, bells and whistles that we have to cross and do. And there's a lot of stuff that goes involved, especially when you're hauling, you know, a complete race bike we can't haul gas, we can't haul aerosol. Heck, we can't even have air in our tires. You know, so we have to get all that when we get there. But the Target 550, when I did some testing in the Target 550 here at the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah, and after we completed all that, we packaged up the 2 containers because I'll tell you, the Target 550 is 43 feet long. So we need 2 containers. And we sent them last December. and we were set to go to Australia this March 2020. And the day before I got on that plane is when the COVID lockdown came in place. And my airline ticket canceled, and half the team was already there because they were already preparing for, getting the fuel, getting the airs, and, just getting miscellaneous items that we need. So they kind of, stuck around to see if we could all go back, but we couldn't. So we are really crossing our fingers. I mean, we don't even have an airline ticket bought yet. I mean, I don't know if we're going.
So Valerie,
I really just don't know.
Valerie, you're gonna go after this world record.
You want to take it from
I
Rocky?
want 2 world records.
Yeah, tell
Greedy.
us how you're going to do it in 2021. Where's your mind at right now? What's your goal to take the world record in 2021?
Well, my goal is to set the record in Australia. We would really love to do it in Utah, but Australia, we're going to do that if we can travel with restrictions are able. And then we're going to take the Bub 7 Streamliner. We're going to do a private test. And if everything is really good, we're going to go after the world record for 376 miles per hour.
Is Australia more favorable conditions for the world record over Utah? Or
Yes. Australia is. They're out. The salt flats in Australia is very remote. It takes about 2.5 to 3 hours to get there in the first place. It's not off the beaten path like Highway 80 is in Utah. Everybody and their mother goes there. The salt mining is horrible. I mean, our salt is deteriorated. The Bonneville the salt flats in Australia is like prestige, and just like it is in Bolivia. We've never been to Bolivia. I don't see us going to Bolivia, but I see us going to Australia.
Okay.
And Valerie, do you know Jay Allen?
I do.
Are you faster than Jay?
I think so.
I've been 217 miles per hour on a sit-on bike. I have been.
Wow.
But he raced. We have 2 completely different bikes.
Uh-huh.
And so, he's pretty great out there when he's out there racing. He's got some great talent. Jay Allen is a staple out there. He's been racing out there like as long as I've been racing out there. And so, yeah, I'm in a Streamliner. He's on a sit-on bike. I can't compare, but he's fast.
He's a great guy.
Faster.
Jay's great. Yeah.
Dave, is there anything we're missing, man? Because this whole story.
Yeah.
We're running out. We're getting close to the end of the show.
This is important. This is very important. If Valerie wins, if she is able to take the fastest car and the fastest motorcycle, that Bub 7 Streamliner, if she's able to take both of those records this year coming up, she will not only be the fastest woman on 2 wheels and 4 wheels, she will be the fastest human being in the world.
Wow. That's
really
goosebump
think
stuff
about
right
that.
there.
She'll be the fastest person on 2 wheels and 4 wheels.
Well, as soon as she does that, we want to put her on the cover of Born to Ride magazine.
She's not deserving of it now, Ron?
Yeah, she is. But when she gets the chance, we're doing a big feature on her.
Okay.
But I'm talking about.
It'll be a lot of money beforehand, so let's just do it now.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
Dave
right.
will set it up.
You're right. Valerie,
on 2 wheels, I could be the fastest if I do, my record speed of over 376 miles per hour, and I have to go twice. I have to go over and I have to go back. In my Streamliner car, if I did take that 420 mile per hour world record, then I will be the fastest in my class. But to be the fastest in the world is really Andy Green at 763 miles per hour.
Ooh, that's huge.
I mean,
That's
I just want to.
I'm not counting that though.
Valerie, there is a white elephant question in the room. How old are you?
Well, I'm 52 as we speak.
Awesome.
What? Hey, just to let you know, Viper, when you called in earlier, he had to do some research to find, because he loves racing, and he made you his new screensaver. Wow. Okay.
That's young.
Yeah, that's young. I'm
Good
just
for
going,
you.
wow.
I mean, what an
I'm
inspiration.
just like a bottle of wine. The older the bottle of wine gets, the better it is. And the older I get, I'm a little slower in real life, but man, you strap me into a motorcycle with a helmet and my fire suit, and let me tell you, I feel like a 21-year-old.
Get it, girl.
Well, Valerie, we ask everybody this question, and what's the secret to your success?
Surround yourself with the right people on your side. I mean, and never take no, and never accept no. Always know that, the confidence and the willpower, and you never give up. Just never give up on your hopes, your dreams, whether it be racing, whether it be your career, whether it be like trying to plan your next career like I will be in my next few years. Just don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. Keep going.
That is so awesome. Dave, you got anything, Dave?
Yeah, hey, folks, if anyone's interested in helping Valerie to make these incredible goals, you can sponsor Valerie Thompson Racing at ValerieThompsonRacing.com. Go to the website, check it out.
There you go.
Awesome.
Okay.
We do need sponsorship, and sponsorship for two race vehicles. It's just will put us on top of the world. So be a part of history and help the Valerie Thompson Racing program with our team.
Well, we want to follow your career now, and we're a part of your team as well. We'll be your media sponsor anytime.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Such an inspiring story, people. See, if you're sitting on the couch out there, get up, do something, make it happen. Look in the mirror. Be the change you want to be. Woo!
Thanks, Valerie. Okay.
Thank you, Valerie. Good luck to you. And
Thanks,
happy
Valerie.
holidays.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
everyone.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Ho, ho, ho.
Yep. Dave, how about you? Any last words?
Hey, after that, I feel inspired. I'm going to, do something great in 2021.
We're going to haul ass on the way home.
Okay.
Yeah. More like to the refrigerator.
Have a great evening, Dave. Thanks.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, guys.
All right, later.
Okay, you've been listening to Born to Ride Radio on the Boss Hogg Radio Network. For Run and Debbie Galletti, DB in the studio tonight.
Great
I'm
job,
Fester
DB.
Jenkins. I want to tell everyone, till next week, keep it in between the ditches, be safe, and enjoy it.
See you Saturday, Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget.
All right.
If Instagram is your thing, we're there. We're everywhere. Follow us at #Born to Ride Motorcycle Media, your #1 motorcycle resource.
Yeah, I have to say, Born to Ride has been a big influence on my trailer sales in the last 2 or 3 months. It's been nothing but a big surprise. I mean, the magazine articles, everything in the commercials, it's been nothing but the best of help to me in my business.
Is your business becoming invisible? Create a great advertising relationship today with Born to Ride. Call 888-795-5779.
This is the Boss Hogg Radio Network. 1170 AM WKFL Bushnell. 1330 AM WWAB Lakeland Plant City. 1360 AM WHNR Cypress Gardens Winter Haven. And 1390 AM and 107.5 FM WAVP and W298BU FM Avon Park.